Name the last legal drug you took.
The last legal drug?
Yep.
I'm drinking currently on the podcast. It's alcohol, man.
Well,
like,
if it's in a pill form, it'd have been ibuprofen yesterday to figure like what's gonna transition, you know? Right.
Yeah.
By the way, welcome back to B Tier Pod.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're just good enough.
Made you look.
Made you look. I like
It's
that.
like all like the worst, like end of the world. Like we're a positive YouTube channel. We're family friendly. We're Minecraft YouTubers. Yeah, we're trying to do all like the keywords here. Oh man. Speaking of which, guys, the AI editing is going pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Can't complain yet. It's pretty early yet, but I think like in
You can't complain, it'll hear you.
another month. Yeah. I think in another month we're gonna be like pretty good to go, you know.
Nice.
It gets like a pretty good chunk of them. It's funny, like it tells kind of like the story too, so there's not just like no context for things, which I
Nice.
thought it was gonna ultimately fail at. Like, you know, it's you start a story and then it will just like cut itself short because it's like it doesn't know like what's going on in that. But no, it's pretty good at it. And it gets like a minute long usually, or like a 45-second chunk, and then I can just go in and CapCut, edit that out.
Nice.
So
That's pretty
it's
baller.
doing the hard work for me, honestly. And I think it would be like a scalable product. Like I'm pretty sure I could sell it.
You know how you're talking about like what you're doing? The Chinese company came up with this thing. It's called Mason, and it's like basically what you're doing is they already developed it, and basically it's the closest AI to to being a human as possible. Because like they use the example of setting it up to look for a house for real estate and stuff like that. Instead of going through a real estate agency, you could basically plug in all the dynamics of the crime rate, the interest rate, how much land you want, where like you set up a whole bunch of parameters and it'll find it. And not only can you set up state, national, you can go one step further and go glable if you have the money
Give me
for
that
it.
high crime rate. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get low.
I'm gonna go to
mortgage rate.
Detroit and buy me up a block.
Yeah, honestly though.
Oh, we beat here on the block.
Yeah, beats here on the block. We buy an entire housing like area.
Yeah, just turn to one big old studio.
We gentrify it.
Why are you guys sitting on the floor? Windows.
No windows. Yeah. Gotta keep the head down. We also can't film past like 6 p.m.
Right, yeah.
It's too dangerous out
Yep.
there.
Oh, did you hear about Bubak Shakur or something like that? He was a guy that would go after pedophiles up there in Detroit. Got shot this weekend. Yeah, he came across the wrong pedophile and he got shot.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but he would do all of his stings stuff like that. He'd always have basically the cops nearby. And this particular one, he didn't have the cops nearby. You know, and he would basically bull rush them, and that's what ended up happening to him. So
Yeah.
I feel bad for the guy, but you know, you find out when you're dealing with that type of when you back in a predator like that, and they have a firearm, they're gonna fight back, man.
Oh, yeah. 100.
Yeah.
Because most of the time they're cowards. So
I'm always interested in like, I don't know, the vigilante justice guys, because I feel like they always like mess up like how a sting would actually work, and then like somehow that like unincriminates the person who should have gone to jail for like ever, right? Or should have been. Yeah, it's like it's always crazy to me to like watch those, because a lot of YouTubers are like doing that now, or like streamers. They like go out and they like find somebody and trap them or whatever, and then like by the time like the law like shows up, it's like they didn't even do like the preemptive job right at all. So like the guy just gets off scot-free. And
Yeah,
it's, like,
everything's
time
admissible.
and time again. Yeah, it's like because you have to have them almost like dead the rights to like convict on that. I don't know. It's like the same kind of thing where it's like famous YouTuber Dr. Disrespect, right? Like he, I don't know, had inappropriate messages with a minor, but it's not incriminating because it's like, even though you know where it's gonna lead, it's just like it's not incriminating enough. Like you have to have like there's such like a dead to rights thing that you need.
But
Even the Chris Hansen stuff, like those guys never went to jail after, and unless if they repeated and they got him in like a different thing, right? And so it's like,
it's basically, I feel like
It's
the
tough.
system's set up so this way when the elites get caught, they can walk away scot free.
yeah, like they're worried about releasing the Jeffrey Epstein files because they think anti-Semitism will rise again. That's like one of the things that you're hearing from like the ADL and like all these different organizations right now, which obviously like anybody who's looked into any of that, like he is connected to Israel, but it's also like not, nobody in their right mind would want to protect that crime. Like even if you are Jewish, like you probably want to demonize that out of your. It'd be the same thing with like Muslims too, like or any religion, like Christianity. You want to like get that stuff out of the church too. So it's like I don't know, like why.
You think you'd want that, but there actually is an insurance called SAM, and it basically protects your mosque, your church, your synagogue, your school, or your business, and basically it's insurance that's like you're in the industry with dealing with kids. There's always going to be a creep someplace in the corners.
Yeah,
and that's why they basically do all that fun stuff.
The public school system is like a hot spot. Like
it's a hotbed for it.
People don't look at it, but I mean, obviously, yeah, that's like the only that's access.
It's
right?
either pervs or drugs, you know.
Yeah.
No, I think the newest conspiracy theory about because you can't call them Boy Scouts. I mean, now it's because it's just called Scouts because they let everybody.
Scouts of America.
Yeah, and so basically, when you buy popcorn, it's just to pay for the SAM insurance and hide everything that's hit the surface.
I didn't realize that you guys poured the whiskey already.
Yeah,
I'm over here like sipping beer. I'm like, hey, I wonder where we're gonna get this thing started.
We haven't touched the whiskey. We just poured it.
Yeah, sure. Letting it camp out.
Yeah, getting cold the best way to do it, man.
No, so just like subtle changes around here. We kind of like we're using empty space up here now. I wanted to get like a different table for the pod, like all in all, so that we can like put the wires below it and like you don't
want to just drill through this one?
I mean, I could.
I'm just joking.
I really could.
I'm just joking.
This is a nice table too, so it's like I don't know. Me and Caleb were just talking about it. We're like,
yeah, we literally that's what we're talking about before you walk through the door.
We could really drill through it if you want to.
I was just joking.
But we drill
probably
like,
go on Temu and find a setup.
Yeah.
Probably go to Goodwill and find a setup.
Yeah, that's where I would go. If I'm gonna like customize something for a podcast, I'm just gonna go to Goodwill and find something for cheap.
So it might be worth it though. Yeah, if I'm gonna like drill holes into it and all that.
Yeah.
But we just have to find a table that I think has like an angle, so it's like kind of we can get like all four of us in the shot, and it still fits in this little area back here, and then like the camera just needs to be in like the same spot all the time.
For sure. Yeah.
Just get a mini
like,
bar.
Or that's kind of the idea. You get
or you take
get
the
like
camera and you mount it on a stud over there, so this way you have a swinging arm, and you can set up wherever you want to go. Yeah.
Yeah, but multiple camera angles, and we'll figure it all out. But yeah, it's just. I think we definitely get like bar stool set up. I think that would be kind of like optimal B tier, Right. And I don't want to be like too much like every other podcast ever, because like I don't know, there's no flavor difference to that. So it's
the only one that really has many major differences like Sean Ryan podcast, because those guys are on wheels and cart stuff like that. And you have over the head shots between them and the cuts, but he's grown his business pretty effectively.
Yeah, there's like Modern Wisdom with Chris Williamson.
Yeah,
and I think
I'm listening to him and Andy Stumpf for he's a ex SEAL.
Okay, that's probably a fun one to listen to.
Yeah, it is, because they talked about aliens. Like, I'd like to interview an alien. I don't know how we would talk, but it'd be cool to talk about.
It would be.
Podcast.
Yeah, I would talk about my podcast with alien and be like, how do I get these like waves across, like,
what hertz do I need to send it out through the space?
Yeah,
or pass through the firmament.
Where do we become universal?
Yeah,
like,
are we just your experiment? Like,
yeah, right. Are we the?
Yeah.
Are we the DNA
like stars?
change?
Stars are just the puncture holes in the container, so we can see it breathe.
So breathe.
Right?
Yeah.
We just see the light from the other stars coming through.
Mm-hmm. Or we have these ancient gigantic war machines that it has to require the Earth to hit a certain threshold before they rise from the death and call it a Sentinel. You guys ever watch that really bad movie called
Marvels, the Eternals?
Yeah. Did you guys ever watch that bad movie Jupiter Ascension?
Mm-mm.
So
I
basically,
think I did,
So it's supposed to. The movie is supposed to be a trilogy, but it's like we're gonna put everything in one movie.
Yeah, they put 3 books in the like an hour and a half feature film.
Yeah,
there you go.
They tried to pull. They did a Doom, and then it failed just as bad. And I figured you'd learn from your mistakes, but what it basically does is that this is basically a colony, and what if they do is once the colony gets to a certain threshold, they harvest everybody's energy, their souls and stuff like that, and it allows the real elites to live 30, 40, 50,000 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, like you had just mentioned, like the Sentinel born from Earth, you know, like, yeah, it's like how much do we have to get to break through that threshold or whatever?
Right.
A lot of people think that in like that threshold is going to be like AGI. It's going to be like the artificial general intelligence stuff, where it's like AI gets like too good to be like above a human, you know, and then like it like I don't know if it implies that it deletes everybody out there too, but it just means that like it gets to the point where it can like interstellar travel without having to have like a physical body. So there's no like physical restraint, you know,
right.
And then it just means that they can like go anywhere in the world or anywhere in the universe without like physical limitations, right?
And then what would be the real drive behind it? Because usually humans usually have a greed drive, because I mean that's why we have colonization and stuff like that, or trying to go after some resource.
That's why I'm not worried about AI. Like, yes, it can be programmed wrong, and it could be like, okay, well, how about you don't stop doing your job until you have farmed every single mango in the U.S. or whatever, and then you end up like that thing ends up now programming and it kills everybody because they have all the mangoes or whatever. I get that argument, but like that's why I'm not really worried about AGI taking over everything, because they don't have a will. There's not like, it kind of just sits there and it waits for people to prompt it to do something.
Oh, to interact. Right? Yeah.
And it's not really doing anything in between those moments. At least not yet. And I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Like, I'm not worried about that.
No. Because because we have 3D printers and we have 3D steel printers, but how do you create the power source and then the electric connectivity to it? And like also, like, let's say you try to go to the Tesla coil mount, how are you going to be able to get the materials gathered in one location to build a Tesla coil to power up an AI generator to be able to take over
everything? It's like there's so much that goes into it all. I feel like there's like, you have to have intervention of human at some point somewhere along the line. So I think I'm just like not worried about it. Now, should you be worried if you are like a programmer right now, or you have like a back end email office job or something like that? Yeah. You should be worried. All of those jobs are going to be gone. Like, you will hire one prompt guy and he'll get like 5,000 emails done in like 2 minutes with an AI. Like, it'll be one person now instead of like 2,000 back end office job people. If you're a lawyer, probably don't have to worry because it's not good at picking that stuff up yet. If you're a doctor, like I think ChatGPT.
I didn't do it.
How do I convince everybody? but then your peers, you still have them. You know, it's like
Then you roll into the whole RoboCop scenario where you develop an android, and then they realize like, oh, I like the bad guys created me to protect the tyranny, and it's like, so then they can't revert on their masters, you know. But once they get fired, you know, like we all see with Dick Jones. You know, everything changes, you know?
Yeah, and maybe that is something. I mean, like, you know, if it's like you program a war bot to like go do war things and then it can't do war anymore. So it's like, well, what do I do now, you know? That could be a thing, but again, it's like all programmed. So it's like, I get where people are like, hey, let's make everything open source, because if it is open source, you have so many people like referencing different code and referencing different things. You can kind of tweak and tune it as it goes. It's like fine tuned, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think that's why a lot of people got scared with OpenAI being bought up by the military.
Yeah. But I wouldn't worry about that as much now, because OpenAI is already like losing the game. Like there's going to be so many different like AIs that come forward, but you have like Claude 3.7 now, and then you have like, you know, Qwen 2.5 Max or whatever, and then you'll have like all these competing factors, and they're all using open source AI like protocols, I wouldn't even be worried about it. It's just like there's gonna be so many different competition things. One thing that I think is gonna be pretty awesome, and like Robert Barreca talked about it. I don't know if you know him at all, Jeff.
No.
Maybe.
Robert Brecka, is he an economist or is what's his
He is a BioLife hacker. Like he's one of those like BioLife influencers. You know?
I know Gary Brecka, but not Robert Brecka.
Oh, maybe it is Gary Brecka. Maybe that's who I'm thinking of.
I'm familiar with Gary Brecka's work.
He was on like Patrick Bet-David.
Oh,
and
that'd be Gary.
He got sued, or he like canceled he terminated a contract with Grant Cardone recently.
Oh yeah. I've seen that few. Grant has not happened. He has been destroying him.
Yeah. Well, and I from what I've seen, it's like like Grant's not the problem. It was some business guy that they tried to get to do like all of their DNA testing or whatever. But Gary is like currently promoting ChatGPT to get supplements for people. So he's like not even using like his own company anymore. He literally just like, guys, put in like all of your documents into like a ChatGPT thing, have ChatGPT analyze it, and then it'll spit out every nutrient that you need every day for a supplement. So he's not even like using like his own DNA testing anymore. He's just like, as long as you know it.
You know what? Some of his tests, he want to charge like a guy $600 to do it. You got to do it all out of your own pocket. And he's like, there's a very small niche people to do that.
Yeah, and he mentions that on like the show with Patrick.
Was it Patrick or was it Sean Ryan? I know they were. I have both of them downloaded.
He's probably been doing the whole rotation. That's usually how it goes.
Since he really changed.
But he said that like the company that Grant was having to go through, like basically had them send it to Austria and then send it back. So he had to like quadruple the prices, and he like didn't want any part of that, so he like left. So that's kind of his side of the story. I guess we'll see if they're in legal battles now too. So it's like, he's like, yeah, this is all like discovery, so I can't really talk too much further than this. But
no kidding.
He was mad that they like quadrupled the prices of all the supplements that he had, and that wasn't part of any of the deal that he signed originally.
Oh, so Gary's getting screwed as well.
Gary is getting, he's
the
like,
one getting screwed.
He's the one getting screwed. Because Grant Cardone's under federal investigation right now for a bunch of different crimes.
Yeah, that 10X thing, I heard that was kind of a scam.
A bunch of different crimes.
It's almost like his borderline Ponzi scheme with the splashing little MLM. So, there's a lot of people that like basically worked underneath him that had jumped ship, and like the NDA, they either didn't sign an NDA or they went ahead and don't give a fuck.
You guys probably know of like Amway and like those kind of things, right?
Oh yeah.
I remember like friends would like, as soon as they got done with high school, I feel like that. Yeah, Herbalife is a big one too. They would like go into something like that, and you like just know like how scummy it is, you know. And I always thought it was funny because I'm like, oh, like now I have to block you on Snapchat because that's all you snap about or whatever. It's
or like Cutco or like Kirby or pyramid schemes like that.
It's like, how many people can you get involved, and like somehow you get references for it. And I don't know, like I think it was maybe different back in the day, but like my mom did that for a while.
Yeah, my parents did Amway for a while. Yeah,
I did it for a little bit.
Yeah. Did you ever make like real money though?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was selling knives though.
Oh, you got it with Cutco?
I got it with Cutco. And then I just went to businesses. That's how I found my loop.
Yeah.
Because Cutco does make a decent product, but their warranty is where it's at.
Yeah. That's the thing too.
You send it in, they resharpen it, they send it back. But guaranteed for life.
Yeah.
That's like not a bad thing. Yeah, it's like you really could sell those products for like the remainder of your life and like not really.
I just walk into the kitchen. Hey, can I speak to the manager real quick? I just have a product I'd like to show him.
Yeah. How many people did you get like underneath you for like referencing and stuff?
Well, like how many people like did I have like use me as a reference?
Yeah, to get into like the American Way stuff. Like, did you make like a good reference cut?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a commission cut.
Yeah, I probably made 10 grand off the just commission cut alone.
And that was like in a year or whatever, however long you did it. That's like not bad though.
And then I got out.
Yeah. Like I know somebody who's just getting back into sales, and he's like, I kind of forgot what this is like, because you have to be so like
professional.
Yeah. Well, there's like a certain like tone just like, you just have to keep, and like you have to keep everything like.
It's a cult, man. It's legit.
It was me like right out of high school, so it's like I knew like me with my cooking skills, I can go sell this to other cooks.
Yeah.
So it's like I'd walk into the businesses, hey, can I show you a demo? Sell a couple knives, you know.
Yeah, and that's good.
Next restaurant.
And that's where it kind of like it'd be nice just to be a Cutco salesman, but the whole recruiting aspect has always been a turnoff for me.
That's the thing, because it's like I wish you get
I had so much in sales that they're just like, I don't care about how many you recruit a year.
Like,
you're sweeping the floor with everybody else in sales right now. So we don't know how you're doing it. And I go, that's my secret.
Yeah, right. Let me do me.
Like, right.
Because then it's like if I tell you, you're going to tell everybody, and
that's a new training. Yeah,
like, that's new training. Then you saturate the market. Then it's like you're going to lose out what your niche was.
Yes, no.
I'm not gonna.
But I'm out now, so yeah, go ahead, use that.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. Go back to back business, like back end business scene, right? Like the back end business.
Cooks got to use knives. I'm selling them.
Yeah,
here you go.
Because you look at Benchmade, they're $1,000 for a set. You look at Montana Knife Company, they're $1,000 a set, or $500-600 a knife.
Get guaranteed for life. Why wouldn't you spend that kind of money? You send it back, we send you a new one if we can't fix it.
Yeah,
you know, like
yeah. See, but that's like actually like a good product. Like, what is it? Like the Herbalife stuff. Like all of those are trash. Like all of those supplements are like garbage. All like their yerba mates or whatever they were making. Like all of them were bad for you. Not healthy. They push that so hard.
Yeah,
I remember like one of my old skater friends got into that, and he was like trying to get me to like help him push product. I'm like, dude, I don't believe in this product at all, and like you shouldn't either.
I get approached so much too. It's like, I like to go to like Barnes Noble and like see who's all written a new book or something like that may have not come up with my feed, and that's where usually these people will hover around, is in that business section looking for something. I was in Leech and Hour in Rochester. I was looking at some of the new books, stuff like that, because like recommending some of the books that I like to Alicia and vice versa to see if we can find them. And somebody comes up, start chatting us about it. I was like, I'm not interested. It's like I don't like it's not mine. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, the whole process is just
it's like I'll rep B tier. I still talk about Dosed After Dark. It's like, you know, it's like I'll rep
these. We have a website up on that. Daily videos apparently.
Yeah.
I had to go back and actually watch our intro to that, because I was showing Brad like one of our like, oh yeah, we used to do like a graphic intro with like the music and all that, and like
that graphic was legit, man. It was so cool.
It was. You would like pointing the bow at the camera or something, and then I was just like chilling.
Our weight screen when we went live was pretty dope.
The weight screen was like awesome too.
As we progressed, he added more to it, so it's like you never know what you're
trippy.
Yeah, it really is
like
trippy.
A guy like looking at the stars and it's just like moving.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty cool. But I went back and looked at that because I want to do a B tier intro, but just something quick, you know, like maybe we're like dinging glasses, and then like the B tier logo shows up on the table or something below the glass. Like I want something
dinging
just
the
like
glasses and picking up the hat to grab a question or something.
That's what I was also thinking. Yeah, or you like pick the question up and then it's like you like read it and it's like welcome to B tier. You know,
that'd be kind of sick.
Just something
that works.
That'd be kind of sick.
Something like maybe 4 or 5 seconds, right? And that would.
Joke's on you.
And that would play.
Made you look. Or when you're raising the question out of the hat, the little thing pops up and says, made you look.
Just something quick like that, though, you know, just to kind of throw in, you know, and we have right now our intro is like very epic music with like a highlight or like a key moment from the show. So maybe just do something very quick like that, where it would just be like, we play that part, it's like 10 seconds. We roll like that little intro scene, like 4 second, looking at the question made you look, or
I also like the subscribe button you were working on.
Yeah, like the made you look one is dope. I have 2 of them now. I'm probably just gonna rotate them, use them, and Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, with how we did Dose After Dark, it is going to we are going to see a instant increase in subs as soon as those videos hit. I don't know why, but people just see it and they're like, oh, let me hit sub quick, for whatever
It's just
reason.
Attention. It's like, oh, I have to click this.
Yeah, now I have to click it.
People are so
click it.
Yeah.
Click it.
Yeah. Just click it.
Just click it.
Click it.
Because we're so
so fishing today. Just take the bait,
Yeah.
That video? Yeah.
Just eat it. Take the hook. Let me set it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so I think with all the structural changes in B tier, I think with just adding kind of one little thing every single time, 1% a day for a whole year, that's 365% better than we were the year before, right?
For sure.
Combine that with a method 3 days in a day, man, we're gonna be 1000xing our entire percent right now. You guys ready for that?
Yeah, man.
I'll put spiral.
Even though this podcast won't come out until June, it's
is that how far we are away?
I have no idea, man. But I was telling him before you got here, man. Maybe. It's I did 6 podcasts over the weekend over at the Iowa Deer Classic, and
how was that? Yeah.
Oh, it was a blast. I ended up securing a phenomenal partnership with Alpen Optics. They make red dots all the way up to thermals and stuff like that, range finders and such. Then I
Do they
also
have
work with a bow.
Thermals under 2,500?
Yeah. The only downside is they have 2 separate ones.
So
they just haven't put them together yet to be able to create, because Alpen has been around for a while, and so they're still trying to sell through their previous stock before they move into something new, and so they just want to get rid of all leftover inventory. So they have a thermal. And they have it has the rangefinder, but then they have your thermal scope, but doesn't have a lot of all the bells and whistles. So it's the infant. It's one. It's the same quality as ATN, but it's not technologically as advanced as ATN is.
Let me know about one of those red dots.
Oh yeah, they were. Yeah.
Nice shotgun red dot. That's what you need. Yeah, I know what you're looking for. Yeah. Man,
but it was pretty insane. But I think one of my favorite conversations I did was with targeting trafficking, and it was a charity group out of Iowa that worked with under Feathers. I can't remember. It's something with deals. It's something called Feathers, and it's a 501c3 that helps women that have been trafficked, but they helps them with getting them on their feet, getting them a place to stay.
Rehabilitated.
Exactly. But also adding the aspect of the Bible along with getting them their life back. So you actually see
the 12 steps.
It is a rehab.
Yeah. But it's those that have been trafficked and they need to get their life. They basically need to start their life over.
Victims,
right.
Yeah.
But it was a really good conversation. He was telling me this is they're coming in their 5th year in August. But when he did it the first year, it's he just found something that really clicked resonated with him. So it's I have 20 acres of land. I went and bought some targets, did a radio spot here. And it's I think it's I'll maybe raise 5,000. This is the first year. At the end of everything, they raised 33,000 year one. And last year, they brought in 200 plus archers, and they raised $97,000. And it's a 2-day event.
Good chunk of change.
$100,000 in 2 days. And so what the organization does is 50% stays in America or in Iowa, and the other 50% gets dispersed amongst other areas that have.
Smart. Yeah.
So yeah, so it's pretty
now,
effective.
If we could get every state to do that, that'd be amazing.
Mm-hmm. And I was thinking in the back of my mind, how can because they have the one thing in Iowa, since they already have something that's outside the state of Iowa, because 501c3s is a racket in its own self, but it's not the setup. It's the IRS that makes things difficult. And it's how can we create an event in
just ban
Minnesota, Wisconsin, Nebraska, and just put on something like that,
or just all profits go to curing CWD or something like that.
There's not enough money in CWD right now, so that's going to be something that's to be found. But anyways, to help out with that particular charity. And my thoughts I know people that can connect to them, and maybe they can spitball some ideas. How can we put an event, and instead of trying to make a whole circuit out of it, we'll just do one event in one state per month or per year. So this way, then it's like you're not saturating one area.
That's fair.
So this way, then you're able to get more people. So it's like when it gets cold up north, like let's go down to New Mexico, let's go to Arizona, Texas, Alabama, Florida. Yeah, exactly. Right. Where there's no snow. So this way, then it gives somebody an opportunity to.
You guys can go down there. I'll stay here.
Yeah, like I got my ice fishing up here. Yeah, no, but that's like good to. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna like try to get every state on board with like one thing. Yeah, just put them down south in the winter because then you can get people away.
I'll go part-time, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And the fact, like
well, it's spring break right now. Like, you can go to Cancun. You know what I mean? Like, you can just do things. No,
I gotta get my ice fishing while I can. I only got, like, a week left. So
yeah, pretty much.
It's gonna snow
because tomorrow's supposed to hit 50.
It doesn't matter for ice conditions.
Like, all right, man. If you say so.
Probably makes them worse if it snows.
Dude, if anything, it's gonna be like prime hiking weathers, dude.
I'm okay with that. Like,
dude, like it is time to smoke, go into the woods.
Oh, you're gonna smoke?
Listen to Kid Cudi on repeat.
Oh, you're smoking this year? You bringing it back?
No, I'm not bringing it back. Actually, I really. Okay, at 5 a.m. this morning, right? 5 a.m. I have a thought that goes through my head and I processed it, right? So like, I was like, maybe I think I'm gonna start smoking cigarettes again.
Why?
Just chain smoking.
Why?
Just
like if you're gonna start smoking something, it better be weed. Like
no, it's
over
just cigarettes. I
no,
want
why?
toxins in my body. I want a toxin max. Make sure that I'm min-maxing nicotine intake without doing Zins.
I was gonna say just do Zins if you do that.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just start smoking cigarettes.
Just put a Zin and a Nectar in at the same time. You'll be good.
That'll be intense.
Actually, though, yeah, that'll be. I feel like I would throw that up. Like anything, okay, like Zins over like 6 milligrams for me.
But the cinnamon ones are so good. I think that's the best flavor they ever
for Zins.
Yeah. They've ever came out.
I don't think I've ever had those.
I think that's the best flavor they've ever come out with.
I was at a wedding.
I did 3 milligrams and it made me freaking nauseous.
I was gonna say I was at a wedding like I don't know 2 years ago. I was at my cousin's wedding, and my other cousin, he hands me 12 milligrams.
Oh shit! Holy shit! You surprised you didn't go green.
Well, and he was like, that's like what he usually has.
Yeah.
So like I was like, oh, what the heck are you doing? Like, whatever.
No thanks. Like
so I put it in anyway. I don't care.
I do.
I do.
Yeah.
I was already pretty drunk at this point.
You can come out with me.
It's just a moment at that point. And I was like, okay, whatever. I was like talking to my grandma. We were talking about the Civil War. Like it was already.
Grandma, you're coming with me. We're going out to smoke a cigarette while we talk about this.
Well, I don't want to get her smoking again. Okay, she used to smoke a lot when she was a nurse. Not anymore. But anyway.
She'll just yell at me for smoking. It's okay.
Yeah. So I get into the 12 milligram and I just put it in or whatever. I didn't even think twice about it. But, like, I don't know. My tolerance is probably capped at 6. Like, I cannot go over that.
I think I've maybe seen you take 2 puffs off of a cigarette.
Yeah.
In the whole like year I've known you.
Yeah, and that's like good. That's like honestly, you don't want me like back on the mend, No, so I like immediately. I mean, this was like 5 minutes later, and like I want to say we were starting to eat because like the food like came in or whatever, and then like I was like, babe, I gotta go to the bathroom quick, and then I went into the bathroom, took the Zin out. Threw it down the toilet and then threw up for like a solid minute.
That was my first like Zen experience too.
Yeah.
It's like I'm at work. So it's like I'm in the kitchen like smelling all this food.
Yeah.
And I'm sweating my ass off. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, oh man, I feel like shit.
It's a garbage
And like
experience.
I'm plating something, I throw it up and I like look at my station. I'm like, okay, I don't have any orders for a minute. I'm running to the bathroom. I like throw everything up, like throw the Zin out, throw up, and like wash my hands, go back to work. Like I'm like, oh, got it.
I just do.
That's what that is.
Yeah. Don't want those
because it's way more strong than like a nicotine
like,
gum.
Let me go outside
like
for a cigarette real quick. Yeah. It'll take me 3 minutes, and I won't feel like that.
Well, and it makes you think like how much nicotine you're actually getting in your lungs. It's probably like a milligram. It's probably like, not even
going to my gums straight to the brain,
right
like,
to the
no, straight to the dome. Like no thanks.
Well, no, and then like
give it to me in my lungs and it can get there.
And like being drunk too, like while you're doing that,
It's the worst combination.
it was actually okay. After I threw up, I was like fine. I was like actually kind of like mellowed
Were you
out.
drinking?
I was drinking actively, yeah, still, but it's like, you know,
But like, I feel like a Zyn doesn't hit the same as a cigarette. Like, you know what I mean?
It
Like,
hits way harder.
if you like, yeah, if you're
Yeah,
used
that's
to,
for
if
sure.
you're
It's like
used
an
to,
edible. It's
if
like,
you're used to
yeah.
one thing, like if you're used to a cigarette, it's gonna hit you like a truck. Like,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But yeah, so that was
it's like
and
Minnesota beer compared to Wisconsin beer.
That was my mistake too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 3% versus 7 or
4.2,
3.2, 3.5, you know.
But
It matters.
I've done Zins before, right? So I was like, you know, like kind of like I kind of knew what to expect, but then like when it
But
hits
like
you
a 12
4
milligram,
times the amount that you probably have ever done
I'm
before,
gonna
I was
throw
like,
up.
oh
And
my
I smoke
God.
cigarettes every day.
And the guy in the bathroom was like one of the workers. He's like, dude, are you good? Are you good, hombre? And I was like, I'm good, muchacho.
Puke and rally.
Yeah, I was,
right. Puke and
I was
rally.
at a wedding party. Like, I'm gonna
Puke
be
and
fine.
rally, yeah.
I'm gonna be fine. But yeah, like to go up to 12 was like not a good thing. So I think
Massive
like, you know,
shock.
if you stay at Zins like under 6 or under 5 or whatever, like you get the off-brand 5 milligrams, whatever, you're probably gonna be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But cinnamon, yeah, I've never tried.
I really preferred the cinnamon ones. I really like the
Yeah.
cinnamon ones.
Yeah.
Because then it like tastes like you're having candy and it doesn't like straight like nicotine. It's not like overpowering like the mint ones or
yeah,
it's just
the mint is like just straight menthol.
straight.
Yeah, like it is. You like brush your teeth 10 times and you're like, oh my
You're
God.
drinking mouthwash. That's what it tastes
Yeah,
like.
and then if you
Like,
add
sprinkle
liquor
with
on
some
top
Hennessy,
of that,
you're not gonna be in a good mood.
combo.
yeah, you're drinking on top of that, you're burping, mouthwash. Like, no thanks. Like,
yeah.
It was surprising when I was walking downtown Des Moines on Friday night. I walked by, there's a bottle of Hennessy just empty, just laying there. It's like, there's
Phil was here.
Phil was
Oh.
here. Yeah, right. Yeah, I was like, where's Phil at? You know,
Well,
because when I
drink of the NBA.
I believe in signs.
yeah, well, when I went down there, like everybody kind of
Did you
basically
call
backed
him?
out. So I reached out. I reached out to Phil before I took off and see if he wanted to join me because like the hotel's already paid for. It's like he's got a place to sleep. It would have been legit, but like
I already had to work.
Mm-hmm. But you had today off to go ice fishing.
Yeah.
So there's a win.
Yeah.
There's a trade-off right there.
After a horrible day yesterday, but yeah.
You needed something to.
Yeah. I needed to distract myself today.
Yeah. Always distracting. Always not living in the moment, you know?
No.
I'm kidding.
I'll battle that shit up.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm man, I battle
We'll
that up,
come
bro.
out like 40 years from now, you know what I mean? Like,
Man, fuck them
preferably
kids.
on my, preferably on my wife in 30 years.
Yeah, right.
Nah, on my kids.
Backhanding.
On my kids.
Yeah,
Man,
on
fuck
my-
them kids.
yeah.
I'm not talking about you.
I'm talking about you, bro. For real.
Kids, I'll be talking about you, sweetie. Not you.
No, but it's you too.
Sometimes.
Whack,
Yeah,
whack.
right. Yeah.
I'm kidding. Don't hit your kids.
Oh, no.
I met a chef here a few years ago to Rochester, and he was older than you by like 15 years, but his entire career was a chef.
Mm-hmm.
So but since he worked in such a hot environment, it made his balls sterile. So he never had a chance to have kids. And I was telling about my
fucked.
yeah. So I was talking about my daughter, and like I could see.
You ever worked in a hot environment before?
Sure have. And I
Yeah.
smoke marijuana, so my chances aren't good.
But it was like I was talking about Sophia when she was really young. And it's like I could see the regret in his eyes. He felt like he missed out on opportunities, so like because
Only 17 years of my life. You know, no big deal.
Oh, you're fine.
But the nice thing is you
You're fine.
can
20 years is the cap.
you know you go ahead and nut in
When
the
the
cup and
balls
find
shrivel.
out real fast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Balls shrivel at 20, you're fine.
Well, as men get older, past the age of 25,
that may have
testosterone
benefited
just
me
drops.
to this point in my life, but now that I'm actually like trying, you know, in my
Yeah.
You should look up
You know,
Dr. Sebi's research about that. So like he
I
made a
feel
manage
like
to make
that
a man that's
25
sterile and managed to have a guy that's been sterile, and he had his first kid at 72 years old
Holy
by
fuck.
following Dr. Sebi's. Dr. Sebi's no longer around, but he was the one that took on Big Pharma, and they tried basically killing him because he was managed to actually cure people from AIDS, and
Oh,
he
like
actually
Anthony
cured
Bourdain.
people.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, he's
I really do wonder though if like testosterone, I don't think it drops at 25.
Oh yeah, it does.
I feel way better than I did like 4 years ago.
I feel like it all depends on how you treat your
body. Yeah,
Might be
but
it.
wait, but you're still in your 20s, man. You hit 40, dude. You really like. I actually like did the research to figure out like what supplements I can take to besides getting a testosterone replacement
Shit,
therapy.
you hit 30.
You can just get TRT though, honestly.
Yeah, but it's like I don't
It's
want.
like nothing.
But it's like it's cheaper to go with the vitamins and minerals than it is to go with the TRT and stuff like that. Then you have to inject yourself, or you get the cream. It's like I'll just do this.
Yeah.
And it's like I feel better.
It
I
is
feel
like
good.
more of a regiment for sure. I feel like that's one thing that people just like completely leave out, that you have to like. You still have to really take care of yourself when you're like even on just like all the supplements and shit.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
But I mean, there's obviously like you can take your creatine supplements for like when you get tired. I wish that's something that like people. I wish more people like studied the gym bros from like the 80s and 90s, because like most of that stuff is right. I remember like seeing a Ray Peat article where he was like really promoting aspirin as like a daily use for longevity and for like getting rid of inflammation in like all parts of the body. Don't take ibuprofen. Ibuprofen's bad for your liver.
Yeah.
Tylenol, pretty bad for your liver.
Acetaminophen's pretty nasty.
Aspirin, just like basic generic aspirin, you can buy them for like $2 and you can get like 50 tablets for like whatever 2 months, and you take it daily. And that's like a huge inflammation drag. And, you know, like, I know a lot of people recommend like, oh, like a glass of whiskey or, oh, like a glass of wine. And, you know, like, I think they're kind of finding that like alcohol is just, alcohol is like not good for you in general. Like it just activates too much like
Something's
fatty liver.
gotta kill me. Let me be.
Did you
Well,
hear that
and
some
then you hear about
tequilas,
people
though?
that live for 90 plus years. Like,
My
you know,
grandma-
they're like 100 plus years.
My
and
grandma
they
lives
smoke
to be
every day.
110. Yeah.
And there
You know
might
what
be,
their secret was? Minding your own damn business.
and that might be
It's not going to the doctor.
That's
you know?
wild. That is wild. No, dude, like honestly, that kind of stuff is very real. The placebo effect of just not giving this or not giving us, like, it does go so much further
Or like,
than all of these longevity freaks trying to biohack
there was a lady
life
on the
and
news
trying
the other
to.
day, like local news, that's like 103, and she drinks 3 Dr. Peppers a day.
Oh, I've seen
Yeah,
her.
yeah,
I've seen
yeah.
her do. Yeah.
Like what is it? Like Donald Trump,
Yeah.
Diet Coke every single day.
Like,
Yeah.
Like he has a
The
button
aspartame
for
is
it.
keeping
and
it alive.
Oh, right, like-
so there is something to just like not carrying and not giving it. Like it's almost like the placebo in your brain just
Well,
turns
and
on.
that's-
And I think there's a study that came out recently where people who believe that they like, you know, the people compared like the people who take testosterone or whatever and then take like these supplements and then they take a placebo effect, right? And the placebo effect people believe that they were taking the real stuff, and they are just as active, if not more active, than the people who took the real stuff.
Yeah, the brain's a weird thing. It's a very powerful tool, and it's like
You just have to hack it.
Yeah, pretty much.
it's like
Tell yourself
sniffing the
you're winning.
dessert and eat the lettuce, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
something like that. Yeah, where you never have to eat sugar again.
Yeah.
You just trick yourself
Yeah.
into eating broccoli.
or just being full. Like,
Yeah.
sniffing the good stuff. Yeah, eating broccoli or
And that's something with like a steak diet that I've been having is like I'm like
or
full.
like I'm
right?
looking for
I
things.
I ate a ribeye this morning, and I have not needed to eat any snacks.
I'm just
Especially if
looking
you weaned yourself off of all sugar.
Well, I'm not
That's
off
good.
of all sugar.
But you know, but you're not, it's not
But
as much
I-
as it once was.
Yeah.
You notice you're not cracking up a Monster right now, or what was it, Red Bull?
Celsius. Dude.
Celsius,
Probably
there
the
it is,
worst
Celsius.
of the three.
Oh, it is.
I'm
pretty
looking
bad.
for things that
I take one at 2 a.m. when I'm at work, and I have not. I don't need them during the day though.
Yeah, because remember when we first started the podcast,
Oh, yeah,
or
he
like
had
one.
last
Yeah,
fall, last summer, he'd always have at least one or two right here.
Yeah.
Crack them
Yeah.
open.
But I'm looking for more of a hand to mouth thing that I can like get away with at work, so I don't have to go smoke. Like
Mhm.
I'm looking for that like distraction just to
Yeah.
my brain, just like
Well, if you talk to psychologists, they don't think that.
they don't know what they're talking
They don't know
about.
anything. They don't know anything. It's crazy to me.
They get kickbacks from big pharma, so it's like
Yeah.
no.
Psychiatrist. Oh my
Here, take
gosh,
this pill.
dude. Yeah, take
No.
this pill. Take this
Yeah.
SSRI, please. And all of those are going to be bunk. I think in the next
They
4
were-
to 5 years, I think modern science hopefully comes around to the idea that a lot of the biochemicals that adjust like your cortisol and like your dopamine and your serotonin, I think a lot of that stuff is going to get debunked in the gut health to brain health dilemma. I don't know like what
You could
exactly
throw
is
THC in there too.
But then also
Well,
talk about
that's
microplastics.
So
Microplastics and
THC
stuff
is
like
like
that.
a metabolism boost, right? I don't know
Yeah.
how long that works.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, I don't know.
Hey, when I was poor,
I
it's
don't
like
know. That's
it's
the
like either
thing.
buy food or buy more weed. But it's like the nice thing is if I kept on getting high, it's like
I
I'm
didn't
not
have
gonna
to
get
think
hungry.
about it.
It
Yeah.
might work up to a certain point.
Yeah.
It might be like because honestly, like
Not
I
a
know
long
a lot of stoners who are not in the best of shape, right? Like that does happen.
Thanks. No,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. It's just- I know stoners who
Hey,
go to the
round
gym-
is a shape.
I know stoners who go to the gym every day and they're in great shape too. You know, yeah, they're not round. Okay, but yeah, no, it's like there. I don't know how much up to a certain point, but when you factor in like your metabolism with gut health and brain health, all that stuff matters. So it's like it's one system, and I think the fact that we've been treating it as like, oh, like these are two separate biosystems,
Yeah.
and they're not connected, and it's like they are super connected. And a lot of the stuff with like even how you metabolize like certain supplements or certain chemicals can affect how happy you are throughout the day.
Oh yeah,
How sad
just
you
like
are
how
throughout the day.
chocolate just like clicks the dopamines and
Gives you an instant
like,
dopamine
right.
hit.
Did you guys
and then,
hear
like,
about
a
the
week later?
the
You're
study
like,
that they
okay.
did where,
Well,
where
a day later.
they had a pair of twins and one had autism, the other one did not. And so what they did is that they worked with the parents that had still kept all of their baby teeth. And what they did is they drilled and they cored them all and found out like the one that didn't have it had the lack of heavy metals where the other one did. Now, if you look at most of our vaccines have a high amount of aluminum and a lot of different heavy metals, but it's like it's a lot of things. But it's like it's just like that affects a lot of what we do, along with the microplastics. Like that eventually will be a study on microplastics and how it affects the body.
Oh yeah.
And so it was
asbestos
just
in your lungs. I got microplastic in my balls. Like we're
oh
we're
yeah,
good to
in your
go.
brain too as well.
Oh, yeah.
It goes everywhere. But it was just an interesting perspective, like on how heavy metals really affect the overall perspective.
Yeah.
Then also, like when I was growing up, deworming was part of our regiment back in the 80s because it's like because we ate a lot of pork.
Yeah.
And so the best way to avoid that is, but nowadays
It's
all
ivermectin.
yeah, but no, that's
Things that
you should listen
two
to
words.
you should listen to Dr. Jordan Peterson and Dr. Simone Gold.
Yeah.
But now a podcast, but it talks about everything that happened between 2000 and now. She also got arrested for January 6th. It's a good pop. It's a good
Pork,
podcast.
to this day, I still like soak all my pork in
And Coke. Yeah. Pulls
Still do
all
that?
those.
Yeah.
It pulls all them out.
all the debris or worms up to
yep.
the surface.
Yeah.
That's a good thing for
That's
like
awesome.
if you're going after javelina or wild hog.
Yeah.
Phenomenal thing to do is just basically, but it doesn't take long for it to interact.
Well,
That's
and,
a cool thing.
and it's like you're getting like a kind of like a rub, right? You're
Well,
getting,
it's a
different
marinade.
flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
And
that's
then
awesome.
add rub on
Arby's
top.
actually came out with their own whiskey
Yep.
to work within a brine or a
That's
marinade.
awesome.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. Yeah, we
I-
need more
I
stuff
tried-
like that.
I tried doing it here a couple years ago with the brisket and it failed horribly. So it's like I was able to use like
we'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get there.
When
no,
in doubt, try it
my
twice.
most recent one was pretty bad. Well, when if you guys were able to make it for a Super Bowl, you guys would have been able to enjoy that brisket I smoked.
I want to do one with where we smoke it, but use recreational objects.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm completely down with that, man. I'll go on. We'll do a Packer brisket, so this way then we can utilize that. Figure out what we can do with that
Do
beef
some
tallow.
butter on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
just inject it with like a tincture or something.
I could do all three.
Well,
Can of
there's
butter,
salt
yeah.
you can get too as well.
Yeah.
It's already,
I can make can of sugar. I can make salt. I can
Yeah.
make.
I'm down for that. I'm down because like because if we buy a Packer brisket during Christmas time, they're like $50-$60.
We grind it up or like shred it up. I can make a soup.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
a butter machine that can make soup, tinctures,
Yeah.
butter. Like
Dude, we should just have a power week of just 3 days of just digging in to our cardinal energy.
edibles
of
on
making-
pod.
Yeah.
Would you eat it?
I would.
You
skip
said you
that.
wouldn't smoke it. Would you eat it?
I would skip that, dude. Edibles, man. Last time I did edibles, I feel like I found Jesus Christ himself.
Isn't that a good thing?
No.
Well,
Don't question too
don't go
much.
down to Peru, man.
No. Last time I did edibles, I did just really pass out, I think. But like 2 or 3 times ago, and this is probably like a couple years now, But I did have like a not like out of body experience, but you know how sometimes you just like you're on a couch, but like you're just not there.
Yeah.
And I drifted.
That
I
happened to
drifted
me at
pretty far.
125 milligrams.
But was there?
Yeah.
Was there?
Oh, 125 is nuts.
Was there
like,
any,
I
like-
didn't- 50 is like a cap. Like,
yeah,
I'm like,
no, believe me, it was like,
did you
oh,
freak
fuck
out?
moment.
Was
Yeah.
there any paranoia? Like,
So
Not for
my
me,
brain naturally kind of like paranoias. I guess I think it paranoias. I don't know if it might just be anxiety. It might just be like cortisol spike, whatever.
We've all had enough experience, but it's like when you hit a certain threshold, it's like your brain's absorbing so much more information.
yeah.
me
That's
coming
where
up,
the paranoia
me
comes
coming
into
up
play.
on that X, like I had a super like
I've had-
paranoia attack, like paranoid attack.
Yeah, I've had like real paranoia.
like coming up was like,
but part of that is like
why did I
the-
just do that? Like,
Yeah. Part of that
and I'm
is-
in Vegas, so I'm just like, there's 10,000 people around me right now. Like,
Yeah.
do any of them know I'm up right now?
Everybody's up in Vegas.
Well,
Er-
and I know that, but
you
like,
can rationalize that
but like
later,
everybody
but
looking
during
at
the
me,
time,
are they
yeah.
actually like looking at me, or
They're-
are they like my mind is like, are they seeing through me?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
and
like I was
gotcha.
at that point.
That's like a
I've been there.
different.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I was at
Yeah.
that point, and
But-
I was like freaking out, like, and then
Yeah.
like all of a sudden that like hour hit, and I'm just like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
we're chilling.
But part
now.
part of that is also like the
That climb
amount
is
of
insane, man.
part of that is like the
roller
amount of,
coaster ride for real.
the amount of thoughts that go through your head.
Oh yeah.
And that might just
Well,
be
it
like
was
a
just like,
processing
am
thing.
I doing life right? Like it was
Yeah.
just like
It's like a processing
it was like
thing.
a whole thing. Like,
But then once you
like,
clear it,
my
it's
wife
like,
is even like, "Are you all right?" Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like sitting there. Just
That's
like,
why
and
like they found really good
another
positive
thing
studies
too.
about
You had
PTSD.
mentioned it too, but it was and that's
Yeah. That's why,
another
like-
good side point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
But,
why it does such a good job with it.
everybody's looking at me. You had like kind of
Mhm.
Freudian slip that, but it's like, you know, it's everybody's looking at me, but in reality, it's like
no one's
everybody
looking at
has
me.
their own
No one's
idea.
looking at me.
But you have to
Yeah.
take a second to
Except for the guys there
rationalize-
with the business cards trying to hand
Yeah,
out
yeah.
escorts.
Except
Here,
for the
take free
guys
tickets.
selling
Yeah.
you AM way. But yeah, you know, there's like
the only one I took a pamphlet for was getting a tattoo. So
there's
There
like
you
a
go.
moment of rationalizing though, and that's like something that it's not real paranoia. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like your anxiety telling you that you're center of the universe for a moment, and you're like, wait a second, I'm not. But like the amount of thoughts that kind of go
but it's
through
just like
on
it just
whatever
hit
drugs.
it just
can-
hit me like a truck.
Like I said, it can happen on edibles too, where you're just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm center of the room and no one's paying attention to me. Like, why is everybody else like talking about whatever this is? I don't even know what that is. Like, it's like
Spacing
50
out,
different
yeah,
things.
Yeah.
And yeah, once you rationalize that, like everything
and I'm
that
like
you're going
drinking
through
and
is
smoking on
fine,
top of it. It's just like,
and that might make it easier. It might make it harder. You don't know how it's gonna interact.
Makes baby making
But,
fun.
but yeah, like once you
or
rationalize,
the trying, yeah.
That's
once you like calm down, you're like, okay, I get it now, and you're like, okay, now I'm in, and then you can kind of enjoy it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's kind of like a whole experience with like edibles too. It's like you kind of like lock out for a moment, and you're like,
Well, you kind of
okay.
forget that it's just like all of a sudden it's just like creeping up on you.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's like the anxiety
Yeah.
high. It's like
Especially if
you're
you
not even
you
If
pop
you're
it
not-
before after
or
you
you're
eat.
or you're not used to it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'll pop it. and then-
yeah. If you haven't
oh,
done it
shit.
for a
Like,
while,
yeah.
if you like yada
Or
yada
it's just
yada.
like you're smoking every day and
It'll
you don't
creep-
take an edible, like
Yeah.
and everybody's different. Like I've had homies that like I've injected like 500 milligrams into them and like they don't feel anything. Like
You know
Yeah.
Ryan, right?
Yeah.
He can have 1,000. He was down in Vegas and he had 1,000
Yeah, yeah.
milligram. Didn't even affect him.
Wow.
But if he does a pre-roll or smoke out of a bowl, he's off. He's
gone.
elevated.
you give me
Yeah.
1,000 milligrams, I'm out on the street passed out.
Yeah.
Like,
Because he freaked everybody out in his group. It's like, dude, you just literally took 1,000. It's like it's not gonna affect me. And sure as shit, proved him all right or proved him all
Yeah.
wrong. That it's like it does not affect him. So
that is wild.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So you know, it's just
Different
like,
breed.
Different breed.
Yeah, but
Everybody
it all
has a
comes down
different
to the
breed,
body
though.
and how it metabolizes. Everybody's different.
Yeah. And you know, like I think I do have come up anxiety. Like I think that's just something that because I like take something and then I'll be like in the moment that's fine, and then like 30
when you
minutes
go
later
through
I'll
it-
be like, wait a second, like was that a good choice? And then I kind of freak
Well,
myself
then I think
out
about
for a
life
moment.
choices after that.
Yeah,
and
and
then,
then that's what I don't like.
Have you ever
Right?
gone through like an imposter syndrome as going through the come up?
as do you think you're someone else?
Well, no, like, you feel like,
Like you
everything
don't
you've done,
belong
you
here.
don't feel like you deserve what you've achieved.
So I think I get that on a daily.
Easy.
Like, so that's why that might just be something else.
I was wondering because like I haven't experienced that, but I was wondering if that was something like you may have gone through that journey.
I think I get that when I'm sober. It's because like I really don't deserve everything that I've like earned, and like
I don't know.
I don't. But like it doesn't seem like that from the outside, and like
it could be
I
one of those
get
things
where that like perspective would come in for me, where it would just be like, because I do work hard, right? I think that's something that I think
you
like,
work smart because of the hard work you put in prior to hitting certain levels.
I mean, yeah, but you have to work hard to work smart. Like, I don't think there's like any runaround. Like,
No, yeah.
You know,
It's
there's a big
experience
part
to
of me-
achieve that level.
There's a big part of like learning your job and knowing where you can and cannot take shortcuts at,
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you can't,
or how often are the bosses actually looking. Like,
The
there's
more-
a certain time you have to be there where it's just like I have to do my no
Yeah.
matter what.
Yeah.
And then like noticing how often the boss is actually coming around, or it's like,
yeah,
oh, can I take the shortcut here, or can I take the shortcut there? Like,
yeah. I just think like
And
life
then like
in
trying
general,
it once or twice and seeing if you can get away with it, and if they don't say anything, just start doing it. Like,
yeah. See, I think like life in general just doesn't let you take shortcuts for any reason. Like,
there's a couple.
sure. I mean, you
There's a
can
couple.
even the
It all-
shortcuts. All
I mean,
have to
it all
work
depends
into
on like
something.
different like life choices, obviously.
Well, it depends on
Yeah.
what the shortcut and what the
Yeah.
consequence
No,
could
yes,
lead to.
yes,
That's
yes,
where I think
yeah.
There are shortcuts,
Risk over reward,
but
you
there's
know?
always a
Yeah,
risk
yeah,
involved.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, okay, like do you take this?
ROR, you
But
know?
the more I think about
the
it, too,
ROI, the ROR is return on
Oh, yeah,
relationship.
yeah, return on investment is
Yeah,
what we're
yeah,
looking
yeah.
for.
ROI.
But I think like just in general, like there's so many points in life where I'm just like, this is really like you can't really shortcut it. No matter how much work you
No.
don't think somebody else put in, I guarantee you they put in 3 times as much as you. In
Oh yeah,
that
and
aspect
that
to
was
get where
everybody.
they
Like
are.
even me working
Yeah.
in the kitchen. Like I started cooking at 14.
It's like the unseen things.
So like
too.
me walking in the kitchen at 16 being the head cook, and everyone like walking in being 30, 35 going, oh, he's the head cook. Like, yeah, and you don't want to know what he did to get here. Like,
and you would
You know,
wouldn't
like-
know unless if they saw
Right.
the grind that you took.
and then like
Yeah.
they watch me work and they go, oh, he can outcook me. I
Yeah.
know.
That's the unique thing about
Like-
a specific skill set like that. You can earn respect in a matter of a 4-hour shift.
I could earn it
Yeah.
in an hour.
Well,
Yeah.
that's fair too,
You know what I
especially
mean?
like,
Yeah.
Like,
if you're
And you
coming
know-
into that 6 to 7 o'clock hour.
when you're like
ask-
young,
like pretty much ask me anything in that situation, I'm gonna give you an answer.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you're like younger too, like getting actual respect is so hard from the older
Yeah.
crowd.
Mhm.
It is,
Mhm.
and I get it. Like, I don't know. You guys are older than me.
I mean,
but I don't think that really
I do-
matters.
You
I-
two
Like,
are. You two are. I'm 10 years older
But,
than you guys
like,
are.
I mean,
You know what
I do it. I
this
still.
kind of is though. Like when a hot shot, like 20-year-old comes into
I
your
do it with-
job and
I
they're
do it with
like,
guys-
"Oh, I'm gonna do this and that," and like,
I do.
That's the thing
do it
about
with
like
people I
where
work.
my role. It's like you can't be. There's no such thing as a hot shot because there's a
yeah,
lot.
but
There's a
you
there's
know
a lot.
job-
Of,
jobs like that. Though.
We get
Yes,
all the,
I do know
No,
jobs
we
like
get
that.
all the hot shots,
get a lot of them.
and then
Yeah.
they're gone in a month, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
we just sit there and laugh.
Yeah, because like you have to earn your keep, and it's like
Yeah, you have to at
because
least
your guys' roles require a high level
well,
of management.
there's no
stress.
shortcuts in our job.
Yeah.
none.
No.
So
None.
like that is something that
We're taking
like,
the long way every day.
Yeah, it's the patient side. And I think it's like when you learn that type of patience,
We'll be coming around the
throughout
mountain
life,
when we
and like
come.
when you bring it into everything that I do now,
For sure.
the amount of patience that I have for even like coding or just anything that I've been working on the side, like even the B tier pod,
Well,
it's like you have to like put so much
It's-
patience into things. There's not shortcuts.
Even with
Yeah.
our job lately, it's been more of the staff than it has been the students.
Yeah,
Like,
and then that's
the
something-
worst
that-
part of it.
That's
Like,
actually most of the time.
That's
like
the
it's
worst
something
part of it,
that
though.
It's
Like-
always like the people you surround yourself with. So like even keeping you guys like close to me and like the whole B tier circle, then like we just have like a good group of people we can bounce ideas off of.
yeah.
We can share things. You like need that to just like push a general concept anywhere. So it's like it's just something that I appreciate a lot from you guys, but it's like
We
just
appreciate
that
you,
apps,
bro.
that readiness. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
the amount of skill that you guys bring into B tier. Like we can kind of push this in any envelope we want to go, and it's
I don't
like
know what skills I'm bringing.
I mean, you got the merch, you got like everything about that. Like I don't even know. Like that's everything that that could exist about merch is going to be you.
That's right.
Right? And everything that could exist about conspiracy theories and aliens and maybe the deep state, it's probably going to be you.
Well, I think I brought up skinwalkers first.
You know,
yeah, that's a fun episode.
You know, I talked about the firmament, okay? Like, no. So it's just like you have to bring in all of those skill sets, and there's no patience in the game. I think that's something that one of our former hosts like is patience. It's like a big part of the game. You need to have more than 4 episodes in you. You're gonna have to be here 50 episodes before you even see 100 subs. You're gonna have to be here when we hit like 1 million subs in 5 years or whatever. It's gonna be like, crazy.
He's not doing the full upward spiral. He's not. He's not committing.
Like, committing to doing and learning. And it's like the 3 things.
He's maybe doing,
but doing is not
eventually.
And doing is not gonna get you anywhere. It's like it's kind of crazy because you can have all the talent in the world, and if you're combining it with doing something that you love, and committing to it, it's gonna work out great for you. But if you have like, I don't know, say you have talent, but you're not doing anything or you're not committing to anything, it's not gonna ever work out for you. And you know, there's different levels of success. I get that. Everybody has like different levels of what they want to be or what.
Speaking
they
of like
do.
you brought up modern wisdom. I was just listening to the conversation with any stuff he's talking about. I'm not gonna even try to approach the quote. But it's like it's all revolves around consistency. Like you can be consistent, but may not be successible. But if you're not consistent, you know you're not gonna
fail both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, you know,
it's a good quote. I can't remember who he quoted it from, but it's like it makes a lot of sense.
One of the hardest to swallow pills too is that like hard work does not equal success.
No.
I think that's like another tough thing that
that's
you have to work
the summation
smart
of the quote that I'm
you
trying to
have to
pull
work
off.
smart. But it is like you can't take those shortcuts. You can't take those and adding all that in with patience, adding all that in with success in general. Like life is not going to treat you well just because you work hard.
No,
and that's where like what I've always learned is like it's like you may have a problem come up, but it's like if you have questions about a specific problem, you need to wait before you deliver a response. And I think it comes down to whether you're in a relationship or you're a parent or in a leadership position. It's one of those things where you have to pull the information. Like I got some news yesterday that it's like I'm still processing, but I can't go after some. I have to receive all the information so this way I understand where all the sides are coming from before I can even do an input, because it's like the problem is for to be able to help. And if you don't know all the sides or what's all been done, you don't want to interject yourself and be angry at something you don't know or what has been done.
Interject yourself and then get put on the wrong side, or like that was the wrong side to interject. You know what I mean? Like that ruins your face value. You know what I mean? Even as a company or person or. You know what I mean? Like,
it's like resource allocation too. Like if you know all the sides to a story and you know kind of like what is worth dedicating time to, is it like worth putting more time and resources in the one side versus the other? Like how much can I mitigate with like, is again, not taking shortcuts, but it's like finding out like where I should put my time. What I should do with the amount of resources that I have to put where we need to put them to get the best outcome for both sides of the story. It's like you have to put all of that together, and you can't get a full picture without it all.
I think the cherry on top of this is like looking at the situation at a 30,000 foot view, because in this way, then you're able to see all the players in with the particular situation, but now allows you to like, well, I need to know what these three are doing and what has gone on to transpire the situation that's currently going on. And these are the questions that you dive in, but it's like you can't shortcut this because it takes time to learn this. But also takes, where do you get your information? Like for me, like for the situation going on, it's going listening to Dr. Jarboseau, Dr. Gabor Mate. Like these two have a perspective.
I got it from CNN.
Is that the image?
What his question is.
Yeah, me too.
Name the last legal drug you took.
The last legal drug?
Yep.
I'm drinking currently on the podcast. It's alcohol, man.
Well,
like, dude, bro.
Say besides that.
For wild hack questions.
I didn't write this one.
Oh, man.
It wasn't me. I think like if it's in a pill form, it'd have been ibuprofen yesterday. If it's today, it's well, I wouldn't even call this a drug. So this would be whiskey for me as of today. Tomorrow I'll be on a ball game.
Aspirin, I guess, or I don't know, like like, I take an aspirin every day.
Mine would be the alcohol, weed, and then nicotine in that order.
All right, man, that's not bad. That's not bad. How about the last illegal drug you did? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah. Well, who am I, a fed?
Worst DEA agent ever.
Hey, guys.
I need to go smoke.
Yeah. How about like the last semi-legal drug you took? And by that I mean like it would be a schedule like 1 or 2, but it's not quite like, you know, cocaine. I guess cocaine's schedule 2, huh?
Yeah. Schedule 1 would be your meth and your heroin.
Yeah. How about like one that's like a schedule 4? You know, like one that's like maybe illegal in the US, but like you take it and like, I don't know. A big example of this would be like modafinil or like phenylparacetam. It's like one of those things that's like banned here, but it's like
illegal over in Europe.
You can kind of take it and get it shipped here without any problems because it's like legal everywhere else.
Mine would be modafinil.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah,
that was a fun one. It's not even like fun.
Something like that.
I mean, it just helps. It just helps. Yeah.
I did a Soma, but that was 20 years ago.
Soma? What's Soma?
Soma's is a
is that like salvia?
No,
you like kind of buy it over the counter for a while there.
It is.
You saw the Mothman too?
Yeah.
It's a muscle relaxer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
right.
and you could buy it down in Mexico. So it's like when I lived in Arizona, it wasn't that, but it's like
it's probably really easy to still get.
Oh yeah, it's like stupid easy to get down because it's legal down there. Because here we've progressed with fentanyl, amphetamine, anything that's what's inside the fentanyl umbrella, but going lower than that. So it was because basically it was fade out when Oxy came into play. Like Oxys came really big.
Everything got rolled out when Oxys came into play because that's all the doctors were pushing.
Yeah, well that's that whatever
they were paid to push it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be a good example of Soma. It's like something that like you've heard of, everybody kind of knows.
Or
like,
when crack came around, everybody's pushing crack. You know, like
yeah. You guys one of those people that like blame the people who smoked crack or blame
I blame the CIA for that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I blame the government for that.
Yeah, CIA really hit hard in those inner city areas.
Yeah.
I blame the government for HIV too.
Yeah, Fauci. Yeah. There's actually a patent ID for HIV.
HIV and crack.
How about like the what is it?
That's how you know HIV was not found in nature.
Syphilis is what they like injected people with.
Oh, like syphilis is
typhoid. One of those.
Koalas actually have syphilis, so if you koala, you're going to likely going to have syphilis.
Good thing I'm not thinking about that at all.
Yeah, that's how that came about.
For a minute.
Yeah. Edgar Allan Poe died of syphilis.
Out there. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, you're up there with the goat guys. I heard.
A little bit lower than the goat guys from this. So,
there's another animal.
After you get whatever.
There's another animal. Is it pandas? There's another animal out there that has chlamydia. That is a natural defendant.
Koalas carry chlamydia.
Oh, then who has carries syphilis then? Syphilis has been around for centuries.
Probably like apes or something.
Probably something. Yeah, it's probably some close relative.
Marsupial of some form.
Man, I couldn't imagine like. Could you imagine being the first caveman?
No.
Getting
let's take my dick at this, see what happens.
getting the scarlet fever, you know? That's what they call it.
Go typhoon
cat scratch fever.
You know?
Yeah. That'd have been to be patient with that one.
I saw a tweet earlier today where it's like, what is it, like the first caveman who lied must have been like, yo, because it like worked. Like that's always funny. I also saw something that like I think it was, oh man, I want to say it was maybe Tucker Carlson, but he was talking about like evolution and he was like trying to break down the Darwinian theory of like evolution between like the jump of man from ape and all that stuff and like why are humans the only people that can like think or whatever, like why they're like the only animal that can think. And
I don't know, you give a female monkey a means to be able to purchase something, they turn into a hooker real fast. So I have some type of cognitive ability.
How do you know this?
He's tried.
we have a specialized
haven't met
accounting
your monkey
pages.
yet.
Yeah. Yeah, he orders a lot of bananas by the pallet, honestly.
Diddy Kong she's fresh,
Diddy
man.
Kong. Oh my god.
Is it banana scented
Donkey
baby
Kong
oil?
is proud.
Is it banana scented baby oil?
Yeah,
You'd never know.
they're lubed up a little
With a
bit.
little splash, a little GHB in there. Yeah.
That's insane, man.
You can go real dark where you figure out some joke with
his wife is insane.
Yeah.
Wild.
P. Diddy.
Oh man, rip.
I mean, it is March 10th, Super Mario Day, you know?
Yeah.
Are you guys doing Mario after this?
I don't know.
No, it's Monday.
Oh, I know Mario's on. Well, it could be Diddy Kong Monday.
I don't play on throughout like the week at all.
We
like,
should have for like March 10th, though, like Super Mario Day.
Yeah,
Because it's March 10th.
we do Mario Party.
Oh,
Mario Party.
I
would be the
gotcha,
move.
I
Yeah,
gotcha.
you get that. It's like
Yeah.
Mario.
We got pie
Mario
today,
10,
so
yeah.
Mario 10. Yeah.
Pie's tomorrow, so 3.11.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not tomorrow though. Is it 3.1?
I thought it was 3.14.
I thought that was 3.14 as well.
I think
it's
it could be.
I think it's the 14th.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
3.14.
And then St. Patty's Day.
We just
17th,
passed 308, so I
Yeah.
mean that's a fun
Oh,
number
guys.
calendar.
I think we'll
The
do
22nd. Well, there's
we'll do a
22nd.
holiday episode for St. Patty's Day.
Oh yeah.
So
that's
we'll probably
it's
put, like,
literally in 7 days.
I don't know, green light down in the corner. Do you guys want to dress up for that?
I was waiting.
I don't know.
I'm already
do we
dressed up, bro.
Or do we just drink Jameson or something Irish?
That's what I'm kind of thinking
Ooh,
too.
Prop
I think
12?
we just do like a Jameson.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Do the Conor McGregor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can do.
We can always just get the
Because I
smaller
think,
bottles of a
Dooley
Jameson.
wants to bring Tillamore, I think.
Oh,
tell
is
more.
he going to be
Yeah.
on Monday?
He should be.
Oh yeah, that's right. Monday will be the 17th. Yeah.
Yeah, he should be on Monday. And then we'll probably get that episode out a day later.
Whatever.
Shit. It's like since we both live in West Salem, it's like we got to figure out a way. Like so this way we can tie one on.
Carpool. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
no. It's like we don't want to drive. It's like we have to get here and back.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
That's the whole
'Cause we-
process.
Yeah, because otherwise it's an Uber or Lyft. They're not that
Should we
expensive.
make it like, cause dude, Dooley, like we're gonna be drinking. Like it's not like you don't do it for fun. It's sport. So like
We're in
you know,
Wisconsin, damn it.
Yeah. So there's a good chance we'll probably finish a bottle on pod. So just be like ready for that, like mentally, physically, like.
this is where,
if
like,
you have work in the morning.
This is where it'd be nice if we all I do.
I can
Yeah.
hook up with like any wake up drug you need. I got you. But it is like just be ready. Like liquid IV in the morning, whatever it is, I got you.
Right.
I need that little bit of a party favor, you know?
Yeah, I will
Get me
pass-
going.
I pass them out for free at times like that. Like it is.
Shane
I get
Gillis
it.
does a
I
whole bit out of.
understand.
Why are the boys
about-
going to the bathroom together? Oh, you don't want to know.
Have you guys seen the? Yeah. Have you guys seen the
I need to
Sean
show you
Gillis
this
bit?
3D print
Why
real
are the
quick.
toilets in the coke room?
I need to show you this 3D print real
the
quick.
classic
Yeah,
like
right. 3D printed straw.
yeah, a 3D print.
You got a dollar bill?
Dooley did buy a 3D printer, so
No
he's
kidding.
been pretty hype about like I don't know. He's been printing a lot of stuff like Lord of the Rings related. Or like,
Brad's
you know,
working.
kinda like
Brad's working on a boat.
Brad's working on a boat.
Two, if it works.
We'll probably see that in like 10 years.
Two if it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope.
We'll probably
I
see that in like
'Cause
10 years.
I will buy one.
10 years. That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
Realistically, yeah.
I'm hounded. Nope, I'm hounded. It's gonna
You
be
stay
like
on top of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he at least
I
have the
want
bow
one.
done?
You want to
'Cause-
buy one?
Yes. I
No,
was
the
like,
bow-
if,
no, the
if it
bow, at least
works,
get that done.
I'm buying at least one. You can print another one if you want one. I will buy the first
I'll
one.
print another one.
There's a place
I'll
out
print them out
in
faster than
Florida
him.
selling see-through kayaks.
I'll buy it.
Yeah.
First one comes.
Yeah.
I watched a video yesterday where it's a see-through kayak out of Florida, and they got hung up on a massive gator, and it's like you're looking through the kayak, and all you see is the back of the gator, and you can't get off the gator.
You might die.
I
Yeah.
will.
It was a little sketch.
Well, close.
They survived. The
I
video
was-
made it to the
I
internet.
was- I don't
Close
have that
call.
problem around here.
Yeah,
So-
everything gets too cold. They die.
Oh,
I mean-
gators don't exist up here.
They don't survive for very long.
The closest thing to a gator I have is
Bull shark.
They don't get that
Drink
close.
to that.
They don't get that close.
Well, they haven't been up this far in a
not
while.
This, yeah,
but there
They
are
get up
reports
there.
of bull sharks
getting
in the
up.
Great Lakes.
Yes.
But this was before all the lock-in dams were established.
That's true.
Yeah, so the closest thing we have to a gator is like a gar or a northern.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gar
but-
are nasty little creatures.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
weird looking creatures, man. But it'd be fun to catch an alligator gar down like in Oklahoma
That
or
would
Texas.
be so much fun. But
Just reeling in a 600-pound gar. I mean, that'd be insane.
Bigger than I can hold.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd hope so.
I can't bench that.
But it's in my
What do you
pants,
mean,
though.
bro?
Yeah, I hold it every day. It's
Yeah.
taped.
I hold the
Yeah.
gar every day.
Yeah, you gotta tape that thing
Mm-hmm.
to the side.
I mean, I'd rather hold a gar than like a tarpon.
Ooh, man.
Do
Those
we-
things are brutal.
That was kind of a lame question.
I didn't write it, bro.
Well, hold up. What do we? Okay, before you answer, before you read it.
This
already, so
is
we'll
my
answer
this
it,
is
but-
my question, so it's like I've already.
No.
Do you want me to keep this question, even though it's my question?
No. So before we answer that one, if the title of the episode ended right now, if the episode ended right now, what would we have to name that episode?
Alligator gar.
That's a fresh topic. I don't know. I would say probably like the biohack.
Oh, Biohacker from Gary.
Yeah.
The biohacker, yeah.
Yeah.
Or the last legal drug you took. Because that would be from the question. The last legal drug.
Mhm.
Unless this one's better.
This one is a
Well,
little
that's
better.
what I'm saying.
This
Yeah,
one is
it
a little
might
better.
be
This one you actually have to
Well,
put some forethought into it.
How long have we been recording? That's the real question. You know what? I don't care.
121.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
so this is a
perfect.
good way to end
That's
it, I think.
perfect. Yeah. end
So
it
this
here.
is a question that I
We're
wrote.
done.
So it's like, why would firearms be called weapons of war? Why would firearms be called weapons of war?
Because it's all in like the hands of the shooter, I want to say. Like, not every person that's holding a gun is going to kill. Which is why, like, crimes with guns nowadays are like, it all depends on who's holding the gun.
That's
So
good. That's a good.
That's
good
my
assessment.
that's my view on it.
Okay. Weapons of war is probably like a propaganda term to try to get like less arms out to the general populace.
Right.
Because if you say it's a weapon of war, you can't use it in the general population. Now, good thing is like the Second Amendment kind of covers it because it says like a well-regulated militia. Well, a well-regulated militia is people who are trained in firearm usage, and that is it. End of story. Null and void. Everything after that, we're covered it. But the real purpose of that would be propaganda, I think.
Yeah, that's exactly where I got the question from. Was for because this question was designed for like if somebody that is not in the gun world to be able to get their perspective on something like that, and whether they'd be there for or against it. And this way, it creates a fun conversation to see like what could be done to change or at least provide a.
I do have something to add
Yeah.
to this.
Go
So,
for it.
as a liberal, if you think that your current government is a regime overlord, fascist dictatorship, why are you not arming more people in the populace? And that's the only question I'm going to ask. Why are you, as a liberal, not advocating for more gun rights? So yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where the bridge comes together, right? For everyone. I don't get it. I don't understand. If you think your government's a tyrannical overlord, why would you not want to be armed as a population?
We're going to get them one way or another if they're legal or not.
Yeah. I don't know. I saw a really funny meme recently where it was like me calling ICE on my Mexican coworker, and then it's like a drawback like high noon photo, and it's like the other guy is like the other cowboy, he's like me as a Mexican calling the ATF on my white coworker.
So this is actually a current court case that's going on in Europe. So there's this couple that had their RV and they went to France and they're going back. They came back to England or someplace up north, and they were unloading everything, taking their bikes off, and they open up the back rack and there's a 16-year-old from Sudan, a Sudanese or however you want to pronounce it. The UK government just says like, oh, we're gonna find you £1,000 because you didn't check your stuff. But they're like, we're the ones that called you. So they're being fined. They got a letter in the mail. It's like, hey,
Next time
we're
I'm
finding
not calling
$1,000. Yeah.
Like, you shouldn't call the cops. They're always
Yeah, right?
5 minutes late. Anyways, beat your pod made you look hot. Yeah.
We're just good
Yeah,
enough.
we are just good enough. We're actually going to have like a lot of new content coming out because we're finally getting that editor figured out. And it's going to end up being, I think, pretty great for everybody at home. I'm going to put a little bit more into the shorts in the meantime because I kind of have time now. Where it's not like I'm just cruising through and picking out shorts. I'm just going to be editing them. So it's it's going to be really nice. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Have a good rest of your night. Peace out. Later. Bye. Boom.